It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 24th of September. I'm Michael Groff. The calendar says it's fall, but outside it will feel more like summer. Temperatures well above average today and tomorrow. But the weather pattern will be changing beginning tomorrow as that cutoff low that we've been talking about for the last several days that's off the California coast finally begins to move eastward. We'll see an increase in clouds, precipitation chances, and all of that is going to initially start across southeast, east central Arizona during the day tomorrow, but the moisture will spread west with time into the south central deserts, including Phoenix late Thursday night and into the day on Friday. We still have the possibility for some strong and severe storms over southern Arizona, as well as the threat for heavy rain that could lead to flood or flash flooding over at least the eastern portions of the state. But what about our chances here in Phoenix? There's still a ton of question marks surrounding this system. Where, when, how much rain there will be, the chances of severe weather. We'll try to figure all that out. What appears to be more likely is that temperatures are going to be nosediving over the next few days. Now, yes, today and tomorrow will be hot, but by Saturday and Sunday, there's a very legitimate chance we don't even make it to 90 degrees here in Phoenix. How about that? So there's a lot to unpack, so many things to talk about. We'll do all of that as we dive on in and get to it all in just a moment. Hey everyone, it's Michael Groff here to talk to you about your roof. With all the extreme weather we have in Arizona, you need a name you can trust, and that's why you should call Blackstone Roofing Group for all of your roofing needs. Call for your free inspection today. Big or small, they do it all. Tile, shingle, or flat roofing, they can help. Offering free inspections and more. Roofing made easy. Call 602-536-9363 or visit blackstoneroofinggroup.com to schedule your free inspection today. And if you tell them Michael Groff sent you, they'll take $500 off the price of your roof replacement. Again, that's 602-536-9363 or blackstoneroofinggroup.com. All right, let's get into it here. Taking a look at that almanac from yesterday. 101 degrees the afternoon high, 79 was the morning low. 3 degrees above those averages of 98 and 76. As we look outside right now at 8:45 a.m., sunny sky out there. We're sitting at 88 degrees at Sky Harbor. The dew points come down a little bit. It's getting slightly drier out there. Now at 52, relative humidity 29%. The winds are light. The barometer is rising. Satellite picture out here across the southwest. Severe clear over Arizona at the moment. That upper low that will play a factor in our weather later this week right now is off the California coast. Sitting to the south of San Francisco, just kind of spinning out there. Eventually, this will start to move toward the east and make its way into our area. But for right now, things are pretty quiet as we are under the influence of a shortwave ridge, which will give us that drier air and those hot temperatures today. The watch warning map is fairly quiet across the country. Some dense fog advisories along the Red River Valley of North Dakota and over parts of Minnesota and northwest Wisconsin. In Arizona, a flash flood watch has been posted for the southeastern portions of the state, including Santa Cruz, eastern Pima, much of Graham, Greenlee, Cochise counties. And so some pretty heavy rain that could lead to flood or flash flooding is possible in and close to the watch area during that time. And that goes into effect 11 a.m. tomorrow morning and continues through 8 p.m. on Saturday. Now, that flood watch may be expanded further to the north and west with time. We'll keep you posted on that. But certainly, the risk of heavy rain exists, especially in that part of the state. All right, the convective outlook for today, a marginal risk of severe storms extending from around Corpus Christi and San Antonio north and eastward toward Memphis and eastward toward Huntsville, the Tennessee Valley. In Arizona, the southeastern portion of the state in the green, a few thunderstorms are possible down there today. We could see some isolated thunder, but the more likely risk will come tomorrow. The tropics in the Atlantic Basin making some noise out here. We've got Gabrielle, that's still our big hurricane out there, but 2 tropical waves. The eastern wave with a very high chance of developing even over the next 2 days, a 90% probability. That western wave, known as Invest 94L, that with a 30% chance to develop in the short term, but a high chance to develop over the next 7 days. First, this is Gabrielle, and still top winds at 110 miles per hour. And that is going to accelerate east, becoming post-tropical. It'll make its way towards Spain and Portugal, but of course, it will have lost its tropical characteristics long before then. Then we've got Invest 93L. That's that eastern wave. The tropical models believe that this will turn out to sea and should not impact the United States. That's the thinking right now. The European Ensemble, the few members of the European that even pick up this system in the first place, generally curve it out to sea. We're not too worried about this system right now. It is likely to gain latitude. Obviously, we have to keep an eye on it, though. The Western system is a little bit more of a head scratcher. Again, the tropical models, some of them do turn it out to sea. Some of them bring it pretty close to the Carolinas. And obviously, we have to watch that. Now, again, not all the models want to pick up on this system at all. But I'm sure over the next day or so, we'll see better consensus beginning to come from these models. Again, the European Ensemble, the few members that pick it up at all, most actually kind of curve it out to sea or affect the eastern portions of North Carolina. Remains to be seen. Right now, there's no way to have any definitive idea as to where this is going to go because these systems aren't even on the board yet. We're going to have to get some more information before we can better figure this out. But that's kind of how it looks right now. And obviously, this is still hurricane season. It's been extremely quiet. We knew that we were due for something to start to percolate out here. So we'll just have to take it as it comes here, and we'll see what happens. Now, out in the Pacific, we still have Narda, hurricane, and this is going to move to the west, make kind of a hook to the north. And this should not have any significant impact on our weather, although some models have sort of taken some of the moisture from this and brought it up in the westerlies and bring it into the southwest at some point. Remains to be seen. Speaking of, let's take a look at the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix. This is tricky, right? Anywhere from a half to 3/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more than that. Rainfall gradient is shown to be really tight here over the central part of the state. You hate these forecasts as a meteorologist, a weather forecaster. These are so difficult. It sure appears that the heaviest precipitation will be found across east central and southeast Arizona. We could see rain amounts anywhere from 1.5 inches up to 3 inches. And of course, any one spot can get more than what's shown here. This represents an average of what we'll see across the area. So a tricky forecast. Let's try to figure it out to the best of our ability right now. To do that, we explore the models, have a look at things. This is the GFS, the 06Z run valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. The upper look at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. All right, we got a little short wave over the Plains states, and that's bringing some active weather to parts of the southern plains and the southeast U.S. There's our upper low that's centered south of San Francisco this afternoon. So what it means down at the surface for us for the rest of the day today, we've got a ridge overhead. Upper height's about 591, 592 decameters. So what it means down at the surface, sunny, hot. Highs 102 to 106. For tonight, the sky is clear. Overnight lows should generally be in the 70s to low 80s, but the air mass should be a bit drier, at least for the day today. Those dew points should drop into the 40s this afternoon, so that'll feel a little bit better than what we've been experiencing. Again, there might be a shower or storm over the east central and southeast part of the state later this afternoon, this evening, but that'll be about it. Let's go to tomorrow. Okay, here comes the upper low. It's very slowly taking its time, meandering in our direction, I guess would be the best way I could describe it. But the flow in the low levels of the atmosphere will begin to turn more southeasterly. We'll start to see some moisture imported from the south and southeast during that time. And scattered showers and thunderstorms should develop over east central, southeast Arizona, and maybe up across the northern part of the state as well. Now, here in Phoenix, the day tomorrow should be dry, mostly sunny, highs 101 to 105. It's still going to be hot out there, but be aware of the chance of rain, mainly in the eastern third of the state tomorrow afternoon. And then by tomorrow evening, that moisture will continue to spread further to the north and west, and we could see some gusty winds, some outflow from distant thunderstorms begin to make their way toward the lower deserts, including Phoenix. So maybe a few storms try to rumble in here by tomorrow evening. Somewhat better chances with that deeper moisture advection will start to come in here on Friday morning. And right now, as things play out, some of our models indicate the best opportunity for precipitation for us will be in the early to middle part of the day on Friday. Let's take a look. This is the 3-kilometer NAM, one of our high-resolution models. The simulated radar product at 11 a.m. on Friday. And it's got some showers and storms right here over south central Arizona. A few of these could be on the strong side, maybe even an isolated severe storm here. The dynamics are still in place. This is not as strong a system as we have seen in the month of September for sure, but it still has some stronger winds aloft. We've got shear values up around 30, bulk shear about 30, 35 knots or so. We've got some divergence, upper level divergence. We've got the moisture, which is decent, not exceptionally high, but precipitable water values are 1.1 to 1.3 inches. So that's still decent enough. And so given all that and the colder air aloft with this low, yeah, we could still see some showers, storms, and a few severe storms to worry about. Now, where will the axis of the best chance of severe weather be? Well, I guess it all depends on when the best dynamics arrive versus the heat of the day, the thermodynamics. You know, if this comes in kind of earlier in the morning, that would decrease our chance of any significant severe weather around here and shift that focus more toward eastern and southeast Arizona. But if this is a little bit slower, then obviously our chances of stronger storms here in the south central deserts, including Phoenix, would come in middle part of the day and into the afternoon on Friday. We'll just have to see. Right now, though, we'll just call for scattered showers and thunderstorms, about a 50% chance we'll see some rain in here. And again, could be locally heavy rain. Not everybody's going to get a gully washer, but some of you will no doubt see some locally heavy downpours. All right, so that's how Friday looks like it's going to play out. Synoptically speaking, again, the GFS has eastern half of Arizona kind of in the best chance, and Phoenix is right on the edge here. And we still think we're going to see some precipitation from this, but obviously the heaviest rain will be to our east. And these systems, they're just so frustrating to forecast. And there's nobody, your weather app, no meteorologist out there. Certainly, I cannot tell you exactly how things are going to play out. Now, we'll get some better clarity on this. The closer we get, the more of our mesoscale models, the more of our high resolution models that we run, the more that we start to analyze the data as we get closer, we'll be able to maybe get a better picture on this. But right now, it's just too much of a question mark to say definitively. Now, temperatures on Friday will be down. That we can say fairly definitively. Highs will be in the low to mid 90s. And if you think that's nice, Saturday, the system comes on through. We do have the colder air aloft, so we will still see some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and a couple of strong storms still can't be ruled out during the day on Saturday. High temperatures, how about mid 80s to about 90? And because of the lower heights and that the moisture around, the clouds around, the chance of rain around, that should keep temperatures down. Same thing Sunday. A few showers and storms will still be possible, but mainly over eastern Arizona. But we can't rule one or two out here in the south central deserts. Highs mid 80s to about 90. Going to next week, that system will move on out of here, and we're left with fairly dry westerly flow. High temperatures will come back a little bit toward the low 90s or so. Mid 90s, at least on Tuesday. The sky is mostly sunny. The air is drier, and those overnight lows will be getting down in the 60s in the coolest spots, low 70s or so in the urban core. It'll start to feel a lot nicer. And then a week from today, this is Wednesday, the 1st of October. We're just starting to get into that nice season, that beautiful time of the year. The deeper into October we get, the nicer the weather typically gets. And right now, it looks like upper heights about 585 decameters or so. And so temperatures would be a little above average, I'd say. Probably mid 90s, maybe upper 90s, around or maybe just slightly above average. The ridge continues to build, though, as we go toward Thursday the 2nd and out 10 days to Friday the 3rd. Upper heights 591 decameters, that ridge extending across much of the contiguous United States from the southwest all the way up to the northern plains, the Great Lakes, the northeast. Well above average temperatures would be the rule if that's right, and we would be bone dry here. And yeah, we can't declare the 100-degree days dead in this kind of a setup, because no doubt we would see highs pushing up toward 100 if this verifies. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS Ensemble. And this is going to go out through the 8th of October. And again, if this works out, about a half an inch is the Ensemble mean. You've got a few members that are way up over that. The European Ensemble is closer to an inch. And the European AI Ensemble is up at about an inch and a quarter. Control member up about an inch and a half. So obviously, the Euro has the bigger model spread and certainly the more extreme output here, with some members showing anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain. And I just don't know if I can buy into that just yet. And of course, we've got some models that bring some moisture from NARD as that sort of falls apart and bring it in here sometime next week with some sort of short wave coming on through. And I don't see that happening either. But again, it's weather, and we always keep an eye on what goes on there. That's what this channel's all about. Looking at temperatures off the national blend of models. Hot today, tomorrow, but then look what happens. You kidding me? 89 on Saturday and Sunday. That sounds fantastic. Yeah, it might be muggy. There might be a few showers around, but I'll take it. 89 sounds glorious. And then, of course, it's going to warm up. Now, right now, the NBM does not have any more 100-degree days after Thursday, but I would not declare the 100-degree days over just yet. We're so close. But we'll just have to get through that first week of October, I think, before we can kind of put the triple digits to bed for the year. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions if you really enjoy what we do here. You want to support the channel just like BCWAAZ did yesterday, making a super thanks donation to us. Really do appreciate that. So click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. Make a contribution to us that way. $2, $5, $899,608.09. All of it helps. Also, PayPal is available. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's GROFFshow@gmail.com for that PayPal. And our Venmo is also linked up down in the description as well. All right, the executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Blogs, videos, everything Michelle related, Adriana related, Kylie related. Yes, it's all linked up down in the description below, as is our streaming station, available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a boatload of music. We have a lot of fun over there, so check that out too. And check out Dan over at the Courtroom Files YouTube channel, The Courtroom Files on YouTube, or courtroomfiles.com for your Courtroom Files merch. And, I hope you got to join us last night on Sidebar. If you didn't, no big deal. You can catch us tomorrow night over there too, myself included, over on Sidebar at 8 p.m. East, 5 Pacific on the Courtroom Files YouTube channel. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. And even the negative comments, even the haters. I don't have time to watch a 20-minute weather video. Can you make it shorter? Can you do that? Can you make your weather videos shorter? No. We you know what? We can. You know what? You do just go watch those folks over at ABC 15 or whatever. They'll with their little symbols and their suns and their do they still do the magnets? Okay, they don't do the magnets anymore. Stu Tracy isn't over there at Channel 5 anymore with the magnets and the markers. Anyway, hey, there's something for everybody. All right, be safe. I want you guys, all of you, to be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves a glorious rest of your Wednesday.